Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading and it's for Taurus, or the Taurians. And I'm just shuffling up the deck. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I don't have the box because I've packed the box away. I don't keep this deck in its box because it stays on my table. So, because I'm just saying that because I usually show you guys the box it comes in. For those of you that are interested in decks, that is. And yeah, so this is for the week beginning the 27th of June through to the 3rd of July. So we're seeing what is showing up for Taurus. Taurus, your card is your very first one is the Seven of Airs, which will be the Seven of Swords in the traditional tarot. And then you have the Five of Fires, and then you have the Unexpected, which is the Tower. Oh my days, what kind of energy are you working with, Taurus? Do you know what? You're very explosive this week, it looks like, from your cards. It is a challenging energy, I'm not gonna lie to you, because all of these cards are cards that, for people that, read tarot and generally know the meanings and things of each of the cards, these are cards that are definitely one that can bring about conflicts with others. Now, the Seven of Airs is kind of saying you felt deceived or cheated by somebody else. Somebody either like made you feel like they weren't trustworthy, they were deceptive with you, they didn't make things clear to you, and so now you're confronting this other person, and I feel like in some ways it might get a bit ugly between you and this other person, because it's like you're giving as good as you're receiving with this card. It also is a card of competition as well, so it could also be saying if you felt somebody was being deceptive or using sly tactics in order to outsmart you, or in order to get something that you really wanted, you're going to be prepared to fight for it. Like, you're not going to just take it lying down. You're in a very competitive mood as well. And so I feel like with all this kind of competitive or even like combative energy, I think the more healthier side of it, or the more positive side of it, can represent like a healthy competition. But then the other side of it is, again, it can represent arguments, very fiery tempers and that kind of thing. And with the tower can also represent disagreements as well, and it's like things break apart when the tower comes up. So what this card is saying is, I feel like you can almost burn some bridges that you may not be able to fix. So I would say, if you have some kind of issue with somebody else, and if you really don't want this to turn out to be a long-term issue where you and this person probably, are not talking to each other, or you and this person don't have nothing to do with each other, if you don't mind having nothing to do with this individual, then I feel like this situation is fine. But if it is a situation where, okay, you want to have some kind of discussion and it turns into a disagreement, and you actually do want to continue this relationship, or this involvement with this other person, then I would say kind of be careful. Be careful with what you say, and make sure you don't go too far on some things that you say, because the tower is almost like when it becomes an explosive disagreement, and again, it's like things can be destroyed in the process. The unexpected could be even saying that maybe the person says something that you didn't expect to hear, or like the tower can also represent sudden events, things that shake things up, because it is a major arcana card. It is connected with your destiny, and it is saying that the universe has created a situation for you to deal with. Maybe the universe has created it in order for you to see how you're going to handle the situation. We always have a different choice in the way we choose to approach things. Her hair is white in this card. To me, that can represent wisdom. So it could be saying, use your wisdom in this situation to kind of handle it properly. Use your previous experiences. Are you the kind of person that frequently gets into arguments with other people, or is this a rare occurrence for you? Even if you regularly get into arguments with other people, then sometimes you have to kind of look at yourself, Because if this is like a reoccurring thing with different people, then after a while it's not everybody else and it is kind of to do with you. So this could be a time of self-assessment as well. If you're the kind of person that you don't generally have arguments with people unless like you're pushed really far, then it could be saying that again, maybe this had to happen this way. Maybe you're not supposed to have this person in your life anymore. Another thing is the tower. Also, even though people kind of look at the tower as this like horrible card, or in this case the unexpected, people don't like things that are unexpected usually unless it lands in their favor. So sometimes people can become a bit afraid of the energy that is centered around this card. But the positive side of the tower is that it breaks things down in order for an opportunity to rebuild something. So sometimes a relationship, may stand some kind of test to prove how strong it is in the first place. If you think about it, it's like the structure of a building. If an earthquake happens and that building isn't, earthquake proof or whatever, hasn't, maybe the architects didn't consider that in its design, then more than likely, as soon as the earthquake takes place, it's just going to collapse to the ground. But if the right precautions were taken, and the building is made correctly to withstand earthquakes in an area where they're known that is prone to earthquakes, then obviously the building can still stand. It can survive, and it can survive maybe for years and years and years. So what it's kind of saying here is, this could be an opportunity for you to also rebuild a relationship as well with somebody that you had a falling out with. You can do that too. But then what I kind of see also in this in that example I was giving, that just was just coming to me, is kind of saying as well that if you already go into a situation and you already know that you have an issue with somebody else, it's giving you the opportunity to decide, okay, am I gonna make things worse? Am I going to heal things? How am I going to approach things? You have a choice on how you're going to do things, basically. So, again, just make a choice that is wise, or one that you can live with, or you don't mind living with at the end of the day. So peace and many blessings to you, Taurus. I'll be seeing you. Bye.